Hello there everyone, this is Mark 3 and welcome back to Cosmoteer, the series that never runs on time. I feel like it's getting to be a bit of a bad joke at this point, if I'm going to be honest. It's not my intention, but... Last video I said I was going to be trying to maybe go for like releasing one every week, and then I got reminded last weekend, and it's like, hey, did you know it's been 2 weeks since you last did an episode? And it's like, wait, what? Really? In short, my time sense is completely and utterly shot, I think. I had no idea it had been 2 weeks. Literally, I had no idea. It's like, how the hell do you forget that time's passing? I don't know. Anyway, sorry. I'm not going to waffle on about that one. Instead, I'm going to waffle on about something else as we do a time-lapse in the background. Time-lapse. There we go. Right. So, after the last episode, One Eye actually went and it felt like redoing my ship again. So, thank you again to that One Eye. I'm putting that on screen right now, and as you can see, I've actually scrapped my ship down completely in the background. And that's because I'm totally going to steal One Eye's design. No, not really. I'm actually going to be retooling my design based on One Eye's because I like to do my own stuff, but I'm not above taking inspiration and influence from others. We're probably already past this point, but as you saw, I scrapped mine down. I actually adjusted my mirror block position, which is why I scrapped the entire thing down. Most of the ship would have been a mess to try and move around trying to cope with that, so I just rebuilt it all from scratch, basically. And I started with the engine pod arrangement, just like getting the engines in place, installing bigger thruster pods, and as you saw, tacking in a new secondary weapon in the form of an EMP missile battery at the back there. I was kind of planning to use EMP missiles in this ship for a while now, but now's the perfect time. Though, of course, the missile battery is still there as well. Yes. I didn't build it as narrow as One Eye's designed. I spread out a little bit, which has left some space in there for maybe future developments. I'm not really sure. But continuing, the main reason for rearranging like this is, as you can see from One Eye's, the railguns are much larger, and you will see me actually installing that at some point within the time-lapse. I am sadly not able to view the time-lapse as I'm waffling on like this, just like last time, so I'm trying to remember what I did when and stuff like that. But yes, there are, however, a few issues I did have with One Eye's design, so that's another reason why it's not an exact match as well. But it's nothing major. It's got big guns, it's got lots of firepower. That's the main stuff, right? Well, as you saw when I was started working on the nose, I was adjusting it and putting shield projectors forward and things like that. And I was doing that because I want to try and protect like the armor plating. That's why my armor is thinner than in One Eye's design at the front. It's just like the shields offer more sustained protection rather than burst protection in this case. And any armor that doesn't get scratched is armor I don't have to repaint later. By which I mean repair, replace, pay money. I'm a cheapskate at heart. Yes, I don't want to pay money. Though an interesting thing I do want to note, because I am definitely past this point in the replay, because that was at about the 1 minute mark, I think, in the time-lapse, where I was installing the ion beam batteries, totally nicking One Eye's arrangement for crystals. But yeah, as you saw, I doubled down, though. I did the reactor placement, and then I doubled up on the number of emitter arrays. I actually sunk the emission channels for the ion beams closer to the center line of the ship than they were previously, which is why there's only like 2 shields worth of width in the middle there, rather than like the 3 or 4 in One Eye's. And that's because sometimes those forward ion prisms get blown off no matter what. So I figure if I put them more centerline, a bit closer towards the channel for the railguns, they're more likely to be useful against a bigger target because they'll be able to keep firing. So, you know, more sustained damage, more DACA, more all that good stuff. Tasty. But from there, as I think right now it's going to be flopping around all over the place. There was a lot of mucking around with crew, getting engine bays installed and things like that. I tried to install engine bays. They aren't quite as well spaced as One Eye's, but I put them in. I've got the engine pods. I've got a lot more thrusts, as you saw me moving the ship around a couple of times, just making sure it was still maneuvering quite well. And then I went on with the crown of the grand shaft. Well, it's not called grand shaft anymore. With the crown of it, just like spending outwards, getting the point defense guns and the main flak batteries and things like that installed. And you saw lots of ion, some more EMP missiles and things like that installed as well. And I'll be honest, I think I am actually about out of time on the time lapse, so I've not touched on everything, but I have at least given a basic overview of why I did what I did. Though something I couldn't tell from the picture that One Eye gave me was like, was it all like centralized or was it like compartmentalized in terms of its crew layout? I wound up going with like pretty much centralized, except for the sides of the hammer. Those are their own compartments, but they're still based around a big power generator, so they've got a lot of through connections for the crew. And yes, we should be out of time lapse at this point, so here we are. This is the ship as it is. I've got to be honest, the biggest issue I had with One Eye's ship design was that he didn't have the secondary weapon banks that mine did. He focused on the railguns and the ions and the missile batteries, so that's all primary weaponry. But there was a lack of dedicated lateral guns, which is why the side ions are back in, and I've got the EMP missiles, and I've even got a single lonely cannon just strapped onto the side of the thing there, because I've got the spare ammo capacity. I might as well have it there. I don't really know. Ugh. My apologies, but yes, we are definitely past the time lapse at this point, so here we have it. The ship, which is, by the way, sporting a new name. It's not Grand Shaft 2, despite the fact that's the title card says. And apologies if this is a bad paint job, but this is what I wound up doing. It might not be complete, there's a big empty space, but as you can probably tell, it has been renamed. This ship is the French tickler of obliteration. All I can say is darn you guys. I think the weirdest names I've ever given any of my craft have come from people watching the videos, so well, French tickler of obliteration, I guess, is what this craft is called now. I mean, it's even got the name on the side and everything, so yeah. Ugh. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, I almost forgot to install FTL drives on this thing too. Just as a fun little fact there. That's why at one point during the time I was flipping around just like going, FTL drive here, FTL drive there, FTL drive somewhere else, just in case. Because I had completely forgotten about it. Wait, that's a Vanguard, I don't want to go there. I want to go in Elites. We need to test this thing in Elites. You know what, I'm going to head down here. Sure, it cost me half my FTL. Wait, that's a Vanguard. No! There we go, that's an Elite. Are there any others? Yeah, there's one there. Let's hit that one. But ironically enough, this thing is actually more FTL efficient than the previous design as well. But the goal for this episode is more shakedown, because according to the build schematic, I'm a bit short on crew and a bit short on power. So we don't know how this thing is going to affect it. I will note, by the way, that the thing is actually slower charging to FTL too. It struggles a bit to get all the drives wound up. Come on, you can do this. Still not there. There it goes. Right. Okay, off we go. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what I might or might not have said. Yeah, this is like power efficiency, make sure it works right. Oh yeah, the lateral ion beams. These side crystals are completely unprotected and highly vulnerable, so I expect them to get damaged quite easily. But an interesting note is they are actually capable of forward arc firing, which is why during the time lapse I started to install the lateral ion beams, and then stopped and started working on the the head of the ship instead, because I wanted that nice widened head that One Eye had on his design. I failed to realise it, of course, because I incorporated engine pods into the back of it as well. So the entire ship is bulkier just because of that, and the doubled up ion array on the main cannons. But yeah, I figure it's fine. I think it's dead. Or not, it's still... Alright. I got distracted by how quickly that thing got kind of murdered. I did notice, though, that the ion beams actually shut down in there. Maybe I need dedicated crew just supplying those things. Might be a good idea. In fact, yeah, let's do that, shall we? You're a battery room, you're a battery room. Let's say you will supply... Oh, I can't tell you to supply that. I must have the rules configured so that they can't actually do that. Wait, really? Battery mules. Can you actually not supply energy directly to the weapon systems? You can't. Okay, I will actually tell you can do that, though at low priority, with the exception of the point defense system. So you guys will do that if nothing else happens, and we'll see what that does to it. There we go. Now, one important thing, though, is I think the craft actually turns a bit better than it did before. Oh, it backed off a little bit. Oh, interesting. It's got tractor beams. One thing I've noticed as well is the the electro-bolt missiles actually have seem to have a much greater range. Oh, wow! That damaged almost through to the halfway through the ship. Keep it supplied. Okay, right. Energy shortage, yes. Definitely struggling a bit. The engines are struggling a bit as well. The missiles seem to be working alright. Can't say I've really seen the crew members running around too much for the missiles. Though the fact that they actually have it means they do wander off sometimes. Like there's a couple going up there to grab battery packs for some reason. I'm not quite sure how to stop them from doing that. I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted. Right. Yeah, what I would say overall, and why I tried to follow the key design features I could see in One Eye ship, was that it seemed to be like, I view it as a polished and refined ship, which is also why I suspect he had like less secondary weapon systems around dotted the place, no lateral batteries, that kind of thing. So that's one of the reasons why I did that. I mean, I know One Eye is like prolific in the community for doing some stuff. Oh, I'm going to kill the game again. Awesome. Cosmoteer, you can die now. Just like... Yes, take it all. Okay, I've killed the game, once again. What's that, the third, fourth time I've killed Cosmoteer? I don't know, I just find that ship so amusing to come across. Yeah. So yeah, One Eye ship was very fine. I mean, I really loved the, like, cylinder shape on it. And how narrow it was. My ship is bulkier because I've got the internal space there, which might give me some room for some more weaponry and shenanigans and things, but it's going to be a bit tricky fitting more systems in there. Ooh, that power reactor's tapped out. That might be an issue. There's a lot of people waiting there for power. Maybe I should replace that single core with 2 cores like at the back of these missile batteries up here. Might that work better? I I'm not entirely sure, but let's double check this. Repair. Yeah, short crew, short power, short ammo. Don't care about the ammo, because that's measuring all over the darn place. I don't know where it's short. EMP batteries were working fine. The missiles were okay. But there seems to be some small issues with power shortage. Since I think the bulk of my power capacity is tied up in the reactors, and there isn't much battery storage, if I'm going to be entirely honest. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, there was sorry, I keep bouncing back and forth. There was one thing though I didn't quite like in One Eye's design, if I'm going to be entirely honest, and that is tied to this, the electrobolt banks. Now, if you look at the nose of One Eye's, One Eye did what I had on my ship previously, which was the electrobolts actually turned 90 degrees and then firing sideways, pretty much. And I admit, I do like that on a smaller ship, but I felt like it was hunkering down too much, I guess I could say, at least for what I was trying to do. Like, it was greatly limited the angle of the firing arcs for them. Oh, that slow FTL charge. The FTL charge on the ship is rubbish. So yeah, that's why when I previously refitted the shaft, I turned them to face forwards, just so they had the improved firing arc, though less durability. And that's why I did the same here, though. I kind of doubled down and went with a quad bank, as you saw, on top of having the EMP launchers too. So this ship is meant to deliver shock and awe to the opposition. Shock, awe, just deliver a huge jolt to them, and ooh, just in time to see that. Those flipping railguns, jeez. And then, of course, that's the reason I doubled up on the forward ion beams, just so that they get increasingly dangerous. It's like, since they can track around more easily and they hit immediately, I figure they're great weapons for like specifically targeting stuff. That's why I wanted them to be more powerful and have more of them. Did I mention I really like the ion beams? Very nice weapons. Which is why that request last time to actually, build a 45-degree angled ship, which I'm still not quite sure how to do. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do several things at once because I'm a bit of an idiot. Right. Nope. Something evaporated. Not sure what. More to the point though, why isn't the spork attack? Oh, did that railgun shot on the first ship over-penetrate and blow up the spork's control room? I think it might have done. Oh, the beams. The beams! The beams. I'm loving this. I think we might round out this this video just by actually giving a shot on an elite and see how well the ship actually does. Sure, the power system is a little erratic, but I think the ship is actually holding up really well. At least in my eyes. I don't know. This series is pretty much my first time running consistently at elite level, I think. So, I think it's going good. Oh, power shortage down there. Yeah, that... Did I really install a medium reactor back there? Yes, I did. That's why it's running out. These are big reactors. That's a medium. Ooh, Harbinger. Hello again. I want to cut your head off, just like last time. I hope you don't mind. No, you're not allowed to turn. That kind of defeats the whole object. There we go. I don't know. I guess that's one of the flaws of a missile barge design. It's like I see a ship like that, and from the first moment I saw a missile barge, my instinct was cut the head off it. and see what happens. Because why not, you know? See, the electrobolts are... Yep. Electrobolts are actually running better than the ions half the time there. There is still... Yeah. That medium reactor at the back just isn't cutting it with the rest of the power demands going on. Eee. I'm going to try what I said, actually. Let's install some more reactors. There's always room for another reactor. Let's install a reactor in the prison control room. Yes. Wise words from Darth Vader. Plus we can afford it. We've got nearly 1 million. Let's install, I guess, some there. I mean, we've got all this empty space. I don't want to get into the armor plating back there. So let's install a medium reactor there. That means power demand for these entire areas will go to that reactor. So that'll be dedicated just to the engine bays and stuff. And then any demand coming from up above should go to these reactors here. Unless these decide that's closer and just go all the way around. Which they might. Worth a try, though. Let's see what happens. And of course, since it's a reactor point, I should probably armor it up a little bit. There we go. So hopefully that'll remove some of the strain off the aft reactor, which is not keeping up with the demands, let's be honest. I mean, look, there's lots of people waiting just to get power packs out of there. Yeah. Let's save the game really quick. Save. Yes. Thank you. And start winding up the FTL drive to go to not an elite. We're actually going to drop into a Vanguard and see what that's like. And while it charges up, I'm going to go jump quickly back to the thing I was getting distracted with in the last few minutes, which is like I forgot to pull up the comments for the last video. So, oh my, there's even a comment like 13 hours ago. What? Oh dear. Right, most of the comments though, I must admit, are related to like naming the thing. Like Dammer's suggestion was the French tickler, and Clint said, "You got it. It's the thing that all the freaky ex-girlfriends wanted." So that's why this thing has got French tickler in the name. So, you know, blame Dammer, Doc. It's his fault. Ethan suggested the Spine's Y-hander of obliteration. That's where the of obliteration thing came along. I think it's like I picked that up from reading Shock Mercenary, which sadly ended in the last week. So that comic has ended its primary run after 20 years running. So kudos to them. That was amazing. But things like what the hell is that? No, like that's where names like the Scrapyard of Insufferable Arrogance and the Post-Dated Check Clone and things like that. There's some fun names in there, but holy hell. 45-degree design. Massive amounts of cannon batteries, EMP launchers, rear-situated high explosive missile batteries. Ugh, this is going to give the point defenses a workout, isn't it? Tractor beams, just to mess with us. Lots and lots of forward cannon arrays. And even some ion beams. Lateral mounted ion beams, actually. Lateral mounted, yes. Lateral mounted twin ion beam. So if something gets to the side of this thing, it will do nasty things to them. In fact, it'll do nasty things in just about any direction. I'm confused about this ship. I'm not sure which way it's meant to be operating. I suspect as it gets damaged, it turns around and does other nasty things. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. The Anno Mora. Okay, yeah. Also, there was a comment from Brittany Bannister saying, more beams with many exclamation marks. And I said, yes, always room for more beams. As you saw in the refit, I doubled the main beam battery. So, yes. Anyway, let's slot this to half speed and see what the heck happens. Minor hit. Oh, and now it's out of detection. I think my... think I'm also getting hit in the back as well. Oh, there is something coming in the back, yes. I need to turn around and make sure they don't actually do that, but... Oh, there's another ion beam battery in the back there. Ah. Luckily, though, I think the low-density construction of that ship actually really worked in my favour. So I was actually quite worried about that ship, thinking it would take a while to go down, but it seems like the raw firepower of my beams and rails just did very nasty things to it. Yeah. The thing keeps losing. It keeps losing power to its sensor array. That's why its vision range keeps switching. Apparently, we did take some damage though. Where did we get hit? Forward armor array took a few knocks. Nothing major though. Also, those ships have wandered over again. Oh, they are engaging. Right. Let's check this very quickly. Right. Mirror mode off. I want to get another couple of dudes who I will install here. And I'm going to tell them your goal is to work on that. In fact, I'm going to make that a 6 room. So that way I can tell them to do that. 4 people will man it, and then I've got 2 which will immediately tend to any kind of power shortage and go and get more power packs to keep the room functioning. So that's the idea there. It's not the easiest room to get to either, because it's through 4 tiles of bunk rooms, which is of course like half movement speed and stuff like that. So it's a difficult room to supply, even if people are not busy supplying other things. So a couple of dedicated pack carriers will be a good idea, I think. Right. Very quickly, was there any other comments? There was... Happy Aper said it reminded him of a decorated scepter. And, oh, Happy Aper also suggested converting some missiles to EMP. So, yeah, I don't think I got... Oh, incoming, yes. The heck are you? You are a broadsider of some kind. Fine. Nuke your power supply, please. Oh! The power of those forward beams just like went straight through the thing. Oh, it's got a tractor beam to help it with that. Right, oh, you are... very maneuverable. Same kind of vein, though, it seems. Am I really in elite difficulty? What the heck are you? Oh, you're a very small ion escort, aren't you? Well, not anymore. That said, of course, as you can see, weight of fire is an issue, especially since my armor plating isn't the best. The sides are getting chewed up pretty bad. Look at those. The entire area is getting knocked out. That said, though, I'd rather lose the flak batteries and ammo factories over there. I think that was actually lost to internal ammo explosions. I was a bit distracted looking at the enemy designs. But I think internal ammo explosions killed these areas. Yeah, look, that's roughly where the ammo factories would be. Yeah, ammo factory. Almost dead center. Ammo factories and reactor. Ah. Might want to move that reactor. Yeah, because those two being so close to each other, I think if one gets touched off, the entire area goes up. And brings with it a bit of a significant repair bill, because this area suffered the same fate. And I think it's just like the reactor is like coring out the entire area. Okay. Well, that's almost 400,000 repair bill for that, but that is actually a rather significant design flaw, isn't it? Jeez. Right, reactor. There's always room for another reactor, but I don't want the reactor to be right there in a vulnerable position. Not when I could, especially next to the explosive ammunition factories. Are you set to be anywhere in particular? No, you're not. Fine, I can move you without any kind of issue whatsoever. At the very least, I think I want to back off the ammo factories slightly and try and protect them a bit better, because that's oh, that's why it happened. As soon as those shields collapsed, I'm guessing a cannon shell just blasted straight through the flak battery and then touched them off. Because a cannon, this area has no defense against a cannon that's striking directly at the flak battery. Oh, there's a little hole in the armor there as well. Whoops. Can't have that. Must fix hole in armor that not otherwise significant. Yes. Right. Okay, let's back off that. These ammo factories need to be next to each other. They're close to the flak battery just so they can easily supply it, but they are too close to the flak battery now. So let's back them off slightly again, just like that. Need to put the reactor somewhere. Let's move the shield generator forward slightly. So that's a little bit further forward. And the problem is that this is now encroaching on the space of the next section over. It's all a bit too tightly packed. But I need to find a 3x3 spot to install that blooming reactor at. And I don't want to move the FTL drive core, so that means let's get this crew room over there. What about the reactor there? It'll slow down reactor supply to those shields, but if the shields get knocked out, that doesn't exactly matter anyway. No, let's do that. And let's install those. So that's 2 rooms there, linker room there. Ammo rooms like so. Need a corridor connection to the flak battery. A layer of armor plating here. A bit of armor there, so we can still touch that off, but that should not touch off the reactor if it detonates. And I need to fix the conveyor lines now. Also, access to the reactor might be somewhat important. It's not as fast as before, but there is a couple of extra crew members wedged in there now. We'll have to see what that does to the shielding. This shield is probably going to suffer some power issues, but the batteries, the flak batteries and things should still be operational. I think. Yeah, seems like it might work. Okay, let's go ahead after our last target. Yeah. Sorry about that. Right, there's also Vuljon found my channel through last video as well, so said new subscriber recently bumped into Cosmoteer stuff and been binge watching it. I admit I binge watch stuff a lot. If I find something interesting, I just binge straight through it. So yeah, I know what that's like. Looking forward to more and start looking at other stuff. So yes, welcome to the channel, Vuljon. And as I said it directly to your comment, I hope you enjoy your stay. And then lastly, we've got. I am sorry, I have no idea how to pronounce your name. The comment from. Ooh. A comment from someone in Russia. I said I'm sorry, I really don't know how to pronounce your name, but someone from Russia said, great series, keep it up. Thank you very much. Glad you liked it. And I know someone from Russia, that is not their name, but literally I have no idea how to pronounce Russian, so I can do a mock Russian accent and that's about it. But still though, this ship, it's nice and long and yeah. Very aggressive looking. I tend to favour very aggressive-looking ships, I've got to be honest. Lateral-mounted lasers, widespread forward ion beam systems, with a lot of overlapping shields to protect them as well. And then very long armoured pylons up front, with very nice styling and patterning, by the way. So they're going to be fun to try and snipe out, but the individual beams aren't actually that powerful. The problem is there's like 6 of them, and then there's some actually decent-sized railguns. I think these are about as big as the previous railguns on my ship. The main issue, though, is like these side-mounted EMP missile launchers. They might do some damage if they hit. Right, I'm trying to figure out how to best handle this guy. Yeah, I didn't expect much from a railgun strike on my ship. So, let's see. Let's go for a side-on approach like that. Let's see how that does. Oh yeah, EMP bank just shorted out the shields on that side. And there are the 6. Going to focus fire on that reactor if you'd be so kind as my ship tries to maneuver. All forward armor banks are trying to absorb the impact. You know what? Let's be nasty. Let's focus my ion beams on those engine banks at the back there. I'm sure they'll really appreciate that. Now try and get around him again, if you'd be so kind. Oh wait, I can't strafe hard enough. He's actually... Yeah, okay. Oh, both of my forward prisms are gone. Oh, that entire area has been touched off as well. I am starting to outturn him, but I've lost my ability to angle the main ion beams, so that's actually an issue. I am chewing through his armour slowly and surely, though. The problem is he's chewing through my armour as well. Right, look at this. We've got an ion versus ion there. And, oh, my ion beam won. Okay. Well, not exactly surprising, though. His ion beam was a lot weaker than mine and had similar defences to try and chew through, but this is a mess, I'm going to be entirely honest. Oh my, that was one of the primary ion arrays got touched off, as did the rail beams. Ouch. Target that thing, please. I do not want that ion beam chewing any further into my ship. Thank you. Ouch. Now, of course, the big issue is let's target that. Without the nose, my ship is actually horribly exposed. And I think the cannon shots are chewing it apart now. Yeah, the cannon batteries at the back are causing a lot of damage. Oh! Ouch. Stay back. Stay back. You've got a missile advantage. You do not. Wait, where have all my fire extinguishers gone? Oh, good. There are still a few. Right. Note to self: add more fire extinguishers. Ouch. Right, the Excelsis. My ship did win. I killed it, but it blew up half my ship. The more expensive half of my ship. Look at that. Basically, my entire front section is gone. Gotta admit, I don't have much by way of, like, reserve defense. Once the head gets breached. Once my prow is gone, it's like... my ship is actually very vulnerable, so... There's also the problem with like the rails chain reacting too. That's always a fun time. What's the bill? $2.2 million for a 300,000 target. There are some flaws in my design. Yeah, once the outer edge went, then it started to expose a lot more of my craft to incoming fire because defensive batteries got blown out, armor plating was lost. So that blew, then that blew, then that blew. Actually, I suspect this entire section is a big chain reaction at the moment because of the power of the ion beams involved that's spreading through the crystals. Ouch. Very much ouch. 2.2 million for repair cost. I think I'm going to need to reload the save. I've only got 1.2 million in store. Actually, is there a game over state? While in debt, you'll not be able to buy any additions to your ship. Actually, that's okay. I'm not opposed to. It says it's locked me out from upgrading my ship further, but that's okay. Minus 900,000 to fix the darn thing. And on that note, we're past the 40-minute mark, definitely. So even by episodes running long standards, this episode has run really long. But that Excelsis, awesome design. Did a huge number on my ship. Looked cool doing it. Really like that one. But yeah, this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. And I think I'll hit a couple of elite sectors or something before the next episode, just to recoup that and get back into the positive, because that repair bill, ouch. But these ion beam arrays are a massive weak spot. Expensive lesson, that. See you all later.